Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Kurt. Welcome back to Farlands or Bust. That was a deep, mature woof from Wolfie, rather. And he has no more for us. Ah, there it is. All right. Welcome back to Farlands or Bust, my friends. This is episode 752 of the series. Let's grab Wolfie and continue west towards these far lands here in Minecraft Beta 1.7.3 towards these cool little mountainous waterfall-y situations that we saw at the end of the last episode. Today is Sunday, August 18th, 2019, the day that this episode is being released. Obviously, those of you watching in chat in Twitch, this is not that day. This is the day before that day, because it takes a day for me to get these up on YouTube. Listen. I've explained it the best that I could. But yeah, 752. We're still walking to the Farlands. We're still raising money for Direct Relief Charity over at farlandsorbust.com. $27,521.50 raised for direct relief. Thank you everybody who's donated and with your donations asked questions and things, giving me things to talk about. We did get a questionless donation from someone claiming to be Content ID, a $200 donation, the most recent one. Thank you very much, Content ID. I receive and accept that Content ID strike, but none other. No other types. I will not. I refuse. I refuse. Oh yeah, $27,521.50. And the world save file right now, right before we started recording this episode, is 27,930.90 megabytes. So we are just 400. Wait, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, 400. I had to count that out in my hands. My Basal Ganglia is not very good with math. $409 away from reaching that goal. Of course, that's goal. Them's goals are going to change with every episode. I mean, we're even adding megabytes as we continue to walk here. Do the world save. We're doing it. We're doing it, my friends. So yeah, farlandsorbust.com. And then when we do reach that amount, we'll figure out a thing to do. You'd think I would have already started to plan for such things as these, but you would be incorrect. You would be very incorrect. Indeed. Is it still the same? I see people mentioning the jitter in chat. No, it's still the same. Ooh, yep, still 2 whole texture pixels off. I don't know when it's gonna flop over to 4 texture pixels, which is about a quarter of a block. But that's what'll happen. Probably within the next 2 to 300 episodes. And I don't mean 200 to 300, I mean in the next 2 episodes or the next 300 episodes. just like Beetlejuice. The star might go supernova tomorrow or in 20,000 years. There's really no telling. I mean, I could tell if I pressed F3 and saw how close or far we were from the next floating point pixel offset situation, but I'm not going to do that because we got to raise that money for direct relief charity first. farlandsorbust.com. Ooh, buddy. I've pretty much in the last like 2 or 3 weeks, I've washed all of my cars. I own too many cars. A real problem. And my shoulder hates me for it. For washing the cars, not necessarily owning the cars. But yeah, got them all washed down and looking pretty. So, Seattle rainy season, I'm ready for you. Bring it on. Now's the time for you to arrive. So yeah, that's really all I've been doing this week, other than like streaming and stuff. Man, whoops. I'm probably not going to upload any of the time I played No Man's Sky. We played No Man's Sky again on our stream because a new update, Beyond, came out. It was completely broken, entirely and mostly very broken on the release day, the first day we played it. And then we waited a few days and played it again, and it worked for a while, except for all of the things that they changed and didn't work, like controller settings and previously built buildings and stuff like that. And then it crashed. So, probably, definitely never gonna upload that to YouTube. Like, I upload a lot of weird stuff to YouTube, and dang it, boat! But like broken stuff that's like frustrating to watch. Not a fan of doing that. Plus, I already uploaded like 70 episodes when we played No Man's Sky the first time. The worst game I've ever sunk 200 hours in. Oh, man. Woo! It's a cow. That is a cow. Man, nothing else is really new. I've just been... That's the problem. I gotta record these episodes. I gotta bank some stories. I gotta record these episodes, like, not at the end of the week that I've basically just been streaming and working through. Because I got nothing. He's got nothing, folks. He's spent. He's wrung out. I do have some questions here, though, like I said earlier, from donors to Direct Relief Charity. So hopefully those inspire some conversation. Anna Minas asks, why do you think some of your viewers stick with YouTube instead of following your, and many others, migration to Twitch? Setting aside the problems with both platforms, do you think watching a stream at a specific time with weirdos in chat? That's right. I didn't say it. Anna said it. I don't know who Anna is, but those are the words that they used. I'm not going to confirm nor deny such claims. Weirdos in chat, more daunting than simply watching a video. I believe by comparing that to simply watching a video, you're implying that there aren't more or worse, quote-unquote, weirdos in YouTube comment sections. Like, very similarly, you could simply just look at this. You could just watch a stream, and just like you could just watch a YouTube video and never look at the YouTube comments, you could just watch a stream and never look at stream chat. A lot of, at least I know with my, like when I watch on my television with my Xbox, I can't even, like the default is just to do full screen stream and not see the chat. So, yeah, I don't think that has anything to do with it, as interesting as that is to talk about. We had a similar question last episode about comparing people stopping watching broadcast television because whatever isn't on when they want to watch or whatever, to instead subscribing to video on demand stuff like Amazon or Netflix or whatever. And I don't think that's the big sticking point either. I think it's more the type or availability or just the content itself. I don't think the sticking point, the difference is scheduling, per se. Maybe part of it, but yeah, and I don't know how that applies between YouTube and Twitch. And I don't know, well, this is going to take some deeper ponderings with Kerche Mac. Real deep down in the ganglia and cerebellum. We're gonna take this in the morning. And awakeness. And continuing on this. So yeah, I don't... You think some of you stick with YouTube? I don't know how many there are that quote-unquote stick with YouTube or actively avoid Twitch. I don't know. I'm not obviously doing any specific questionnaires or studies on the topic, but that side of it might have to do with schedule, like the Europe versus American time zone stuff. I do have a lot of people who say they watch the VODs. They're if you're watching a VOD of a stream, you're essentially watching a stream, just without the chat. What difference does it make that it's not live unless I'm, which I rarely do, talk about some specifically timely topic, and like I said, I rarely do that, if ever. So yeah, that's... yeah, I don't know. If I knew, I would, like I said, be able to exploit it and make positive changes for my content around it to find the greater audience, to make the audience happier or whatever. So yeah, I don't think it's I very highly doubt that it's a this or that scenario. I pretty much every stream I get somebody being like, "Oh, finally I get to watch one of your streams." You know, and I'm sure they are watching YouTube as well, but their schedule might not be consistent enough. Mine obviously is not consistent enough that it randomly aligns, and it even, those people blow me away even more by a lot of the time they are subscribed. They maintain subscription to my Twitch channel, paid subscription to my Twitch tub, despite not being able to catch streams very often. So yeah, that's a tough distinction to make. And it's the sort of thing that maybe deep diving into the analytics of YouTube and Twitch, and even like Twitter or whatever, who responds to my I'm going live tweets and stuff, could net me some information. But that's one of the things that I wouldn't say I was obsessed over, but it was like, gotta check your statistics on YouTube. You know, in the early times, in ye old days past yonder, henceforth with. But that sort of thing is such a time sink that it then takes even further time away from, like, doing the actual work. So I've really cut that out, and there's even, you know, all this recent stuff about how, like, internet and web analytics and statistics are all kind of broken and never have been giving truthful numbers, and what? Wolfie, you took some damage there. So yeah, I don't even think that's worth spending time on. So I'm just trying to do what I do when I can do it more, better, like, and stuff. And if I make an adjustment here or there, it's really not so much informed by analytics and like maximizing whatnots so much as it is just something that I want to try to do. And oh hey, it works. Okay, let's try to keep doing that. It's hard to form new habits and schedules, but yeah. But thank you very much, Anna, for the donation in question. Man, these are my last 2 questions. I've run out of questions on Discord. On Discord? Why did I say that? On Direct Relief. They both start with D. On Direct Relief, the Direct Relief donations. Donations! Direct Relief donations, Discord, Dilophosaurus, you know. Here's one. What makes the jitter so much? Floating point precision. This is from Twitch chat. At farlinesorbus.com, in the FAQs on the About page, talks a little bit about it, but essentially, we're over 3 million blocks from spawn, at least. And the further away you get from the 0, 0 coordinate on the map, the bigger and bigger that number gets, right? When you write it down, 10 only takes 2 numbers, whereas 1 million takes 7. So the bigger that number gets, the further and further over you have to move the decimal. Floating point, that means the precision after the decimal gets less and less, and therefore the game isn't as precise with my location on a block. It's a little bit more complicated than that because it's not holding the raw coordinate. It's actually the coordinate as is written in binary. So the 1010, you know, that sort of thing also has a decimal. So the binary number of what 3,100,000 whatever is what was the last number? 3,116,936 was the last season's F3 number. That number in binary is different, obviously, than what it is in that. So yeah, that's why. And it's actually somebody looked at. Ooh, look at that! Look at the size of that torch. Ah, Wolfie, stop pushing me around. I'm making jokes. The largest torch in the universe. It actually does look like a torch. Hey. Because it's the sun. Get it? So yeah, that's why that's happening. And every time it happens, it doubles. It doesn't just happen slowly on a gradual curve. It happens immediately. Like, there's a definite border. We found the last border. We saw when it happened, and I did a bunch of experiments, like firing an arrow across the border, jumping across the border, breaking blocks, placing blocks from one side to the other side of the border. And it really doesn't matter. The border only exists in our minds. No, the border only exists in relation to where the player is. Wherever the player is, then the rest of the Minecraft world behaves based on that. So on the smaller side of the jitter, then everywhere there is smaller jitters. On the bigger side of the jitter, then everywhere is the bigger jitters, regardless of which side of the border you're looking at, if that makes any sense. And this next, like I was saying, the next time, it's going to double what it currently is. That's going to be very noticeable. People have said, oh, I think you passed it. Doesn't it look bigger now? No, we'll know. Like, I might start to feel sick or something like that. That's what's gonna... We'll definitely... We noticed the last one, we're gonna notice this one. And I think it does happen, like, in the 4 millions. Obviously, we know what the binary numbers for the whole numbers are, so we know what binary number, when it flips the decimal point one more to the right, it's 4 million something, 200,000, is when it's going to roll over again. So, that should be some good times. That should be some good times indeed. There is a fix for it. But I don't, depending on how bad it gets, I might implement some. Oh, I was trying to say, I got distracted. Somebody on YouTube made a video where they looked into the code of Minecraft, and they discovered that early on they actually tried to fix it, but they accidentally never removed the floating point code, so it just defaulted to that. So the fix simply removes how they accidentally left the floating point for instead the double precision is what they tried to replace it with, and which is what the current versions of Minecraft use. Is it 5 million? Somebody's saying it's 5,300,000. Oh wait, no, that's not the right number at all. What are those? Anyway, yeah, let's make another elevated hidey hole. Wow, we sure padded this Minecraft day with that. These next few questions I got on Direct Relief donations are like serious ones, so I'm like kind of dodging them. Not that I don't want to answer them, but I also don't have an answer, I don't think a good answer for them. But we'll look into them here in the morning. And awakeness. And continuing on this. The exact and correct number is 4,194,304. So we were, like, within a million blocks of the next rollover. 2 years ago was when the last time we pressed F3 officially. So it's, like I said, it could be happening next episode, or in like 100 episodes. We don't know. We don't know. The world may never know. All right, here's these questions, and I've only left a Minecraft day to kind of address them on purpose. But first one is from David, who asked, when you're having a rough day, what do you do to try to feel better? Personally, I listen to music to get myself back to a better place. And then Taisano, with a very generous donation, asked, I was hoping you could talk about the more serious aspects of mental health. Even if you only help one person, my $100 would be worth it. I appreciate the very generous donation to Direct Relief. I don't know if I am equipped to, and I'm not sure even the sliding scale of what serious, when does it roll over to seriousness? I've talked about this sort of stuff in the past. Early on in Far Lands or Bust, I talked about my shyness and introversion, and how that's affected me, and how that even inspired me to start doing this Let's Play thingy to try to get myself out of my shell, get used to talking more. I mean, I've gotten better at this, the live streaming thing, not live streaming, but the Let's Playing thing, and the talking and broadcasting, and I've even done a couple of vlogs and stuff. I don't know how far it's helped a little bit, but I don't know how far it's helped in my life outside of this stuff. It's kind of, I've picked up and enhanced the skill of this, but this skill doesn't really 100% equate to interpersonal real life skills. And then, of course, more recently, I've talked about how I was on anti-anxiety medication and was going through that process with doctors and things, and how I felt, and then coming off of it. And now, honestly, I'm thinking I might just need, maybe not need, but there are certain positives that have outweighed, now that I'm on the other side of the fence, that outweighed the negatives of being on the Effexor, that maybe I want to get back on it again. Like little things. Not yeah, if it was major, then yeah, it would make more sense to need to more immediately look into that. But just have a little bit of more equilibrium in the chemicals, in the old ganglias and cerebellums and whatnot. But serious? Yeah, I guess I'm not sure the serious aspects. There are many, many more adept and adapted and coherent, let's call them that, both people and resources out there than me while I'm walking through this brightly colored, pixelated world with a digital dog in tow, that I think would be better if somebody was actually looking for some actual help. So yeah, I don't know how, I mean, you know what I'm saying, right? So yeah. This is awkward. Like, I want to help and I want to be able to say something totally inspiring and cool, but I don't think I'm going to be able to really do that. The other one, if you're having a rough day, what do you try to do to feel better? Man, I don't listen to music as much as I should. And when I do, it's often not very happy music, to be honest. So yeah, listening to music, I don't know. That's something I've never figured out a good mechanism for flipping that switch if I'm having a bad day. And yes, a lot of people are suggesting things in chat, like exercise is definitely a good thing. And honestly, that's like a thing my girlfriend has suggested to me. I'm like, I have a problem sleeping or just like energy or whatever. Maybe just like trying exercising. And it's never one thing. Like that's kind of another thing. Probably don't ask the internet for advice, because you'll get people telling you to drink water and exercise, eat fruits and vegetables. A lot of, while perhaps pertinent, sometimes overbearing suggestions that don't pertain to your specific situation. Yeah, I don't know. Hello. I don't have one specific thing. I know, and I've mentioned before that like going for a driving somewhere is often like I don't think I'll ooh. Oh, I hear skeletons. Ah, Wolfie, don't go down there. Jeez. A dark and bottomless magical pit of doom. Your skeleton's dancing too. Drives. Well, I don't like, if I'm, I feel bad, I'm gonna go for a drive. I rarely, if ever, do that, but I do find that when I am driving, it is sort of a meditative, not that I'm like falling asleep or not paying attention, but having to pay attention the procedures of driving a car, putting on your seatbelt, using the turn signal, being in this lane or that lane or whatever. The procedure of that is meditative in that I can free my mind of everything except the task at hand of driving. So that helps in that regard. On the flip side, if I'm not careful, it could do the opposite if there's like traffic or bad drivers or whatever. But yeah, and then, yeah, there's the classic like you just think positively, positive thinking. Like that's not helpful. Internet, little Tumblr, message board, meme platitudes. So yeah, that's tough. That's a tough. I don't have a specific thing. I mean, I have things that cheer me up. Like I'll take Juno on a walk. Like the other day when I intended to stream, but the day got away from me because I washed my car and blah 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 blah. I'm like, dang, I'm not streaming today. I should have been streaming, and I get all down and ticked off at myself. I'm like, well, instead, I'll, if I were to stream, I would stream too late, and then I would be mad at myself for not walking Juno until the sun set. So instead, I went for a nice, longer walk with Juno, and that, it makes me feel like I accomplished something that's important for myself and my dog, and it took away the kind of inwardly directed grief at myself for not streaming. Turn that frown downside up. Right, Mr. Cow? So yeah, that's I mean, I'll watch funny videos on YouTube and stuff. A lot of the Brother and Me, there's a lot of like clips from their podcast that can get me on a mighty good chuckle, or other stuff like that. But yeah, I guess I don't have. I don't think I've had like felt a particular need to be like, oh, I'm having a very bad day, or I'm very depressed. Of course, since 2 months ago, I was like on medication, and honestly, one of the things that took me off of it, that wanted me to try being off of it, was how kind of flat-lined my mood and emotion was. I wasn't feeling any spice, up or down. And of course, now in reevaluating, I'm like, maybe that was a good thing. I don't know. I'm looking for a good face. Wipe that face off your head. Mountain face here to build the end of the episode hidey hole. So yeah, that's why I've avoided these questions, because I feel very like hesitantly unprepared to answer them. But I appreciate the very generous donation to Direct Relief and the questions. And you yourself can do such things as these at farlandsorbust.com. We're very close. We're very close, like I said. About $400 away from the goal, the goal that we have now set as the size of the world save, which is going to change with every episode. So get on it. It's gonna go up next time we have an episode. What am I trying to make here? Beds. Beep boop boop. And whoops. I was about to make a boat with a boat. As you do, a double hulled boat. I'm going to be hauling some very heavy precious metals. But yeah, farlandsorbust.com to donate and learn more about the series. If you have more questions about the jitteriness or the weird stuff that's gone on, or how much we've raised for charity in the past, that's all available at farlandsorbust.com. Excuse me. And yeah, this has been episode 752 of that aforementioned series. Thank you so much for watching. My name is Kurt. I will see you next time. I upload a lot of weird stuff to YouTube.